be in a second. Hey, yo, baby, this body was made to give you pleasure. You know what I mean? You know what it's time for? Matrimonial duties. Kick the red, double move on the red. Dallas still stinks. Everybody doing? Dingbat here, and welcome to the Victory Celebration Room, better known as my garage, where we come out to smoke victory and celebrate when great things happen. We can't smoke the cigar in the house because if we do, you know, the wife will double moonwalk that ass. So we come out here, we can smoke all we want, and you know, even though there's no games today, even though the Eagles aren't playing no playoffs, we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate getting a new head coach. Now, some of you may not like him, some of you may love him, some of you may be, not know what to think. But either way, we have a new head coach of the Eagles, and I think we all want him to be successful. So with that said, without further ado, we gotta light this stogie up and smoke one for the Paisan, Nick Sirianni, new head coach. Let's light it up. Shit. Oh, it tastes so good when it touches your lips. Shout out Wisconsin Eagle fan for sending me these, man. I'm digging them. I'm loving them. Wish I could have smoked more, but we stunk this year. So what are you going to do? We won 4 games. This stinks. Woo, what a day. Head coach Nick Sirianni of the Philadelphia Eagles. How about that? How about that? You know, it was interesting because his name kind of came out of nowhere. Like a few days ago, they had a great interview with him. And then when you heard that they had another interview the next day, or it rolled in the next day, you're like, oh, this guy's definitely got a chance. And then there were reports early this morning that it was basically between Josh McDaniels, Sirianni, and Deuce Staley. And yeah, I'm surprised that they hired him today. I thought we would have at least gone through the weekend and stuff before we know. But the Eagles, they hire Nick Sirianni, and here are my thoughts on it, okay? I'm very intrigued by him. Now, I'm not going to come on here and give you, blow smoke up your ass and tell you, this is the genius hire. We are set now. Look at what we did. We are back. I'm not here to say all that. I'm not here to say all that because I don't know. I don't know how good this guy's going to be. You don't know how good he's going to be. You, me, you, we don't know. But we're hopeful. We're all hoping. Everybody wants him to succeed. I think he's an intriguing guy because of the offense, where it comes from, his connections to Frank Reich. He's young. I love all those things. And there are things I'm concerned about. The fact that he's young. The fact that he's a first-time coach. What power, what control did he have to be willing to give up to get that job? Because let me tell you, if the Eagles, they got a lot of problems, and the biggest problem they have is still there, and it's going to be there this year, and that's Howie Roseman. He's a GM. He loves the power. I mean, from everything we hear, he wants the power. He wants to tell the coaches who their coaching staff's got to be. He wants to tell them what players need to start, what players need to be brought up to practice squad. That's way too involved. A GM shouldn't be doing a coaching job. A coach doesn't have to do a GM's job, but you have to be willing to listen to your coaches. So I hope that this kid has control. Now, there are some people telling me, and I don't know how true this is, that John Dorsey was the one who made this call, made this pick. And if that's the truth, and he's got more power, and they're starting to give him more power, maybe a GM role, even better. I like it even better, okay? But there's reasons to be concerned. There's reasons to be excited. We're going to find out. But I'll tell you this. there was a lot of guys that I would have hired over him. I would have liked to talk to Eric Bieniemy. I think we didn't have to rush it. I would have liked to talk to Bieniemy. I would have liked to talk to the Bowl. I would have liked to take my time a little more because look, the only other vacancy is Texans. Nobody wants to go there. They stink. That place is a disaster right now. You know what I mean? I hear music. I don't know where the hell it's coming from, but I feel like dancing. White rerun. See, when I start dancing, the world looks. They all come out of the house. They want to see. The Philly 500, the white rerun. Take it over. And that's what I do. I take these streets over, mother humpers. Until the lady with the stupid dog comes back and forth writing me up. But I gotta tell you, I haven't seen her. I don't know where the hell she is. I haven't seen her in a while. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, I'm excited about this hire in that I'm intrigued by him. The fact that he came from Frank Reich, the fact that he runs the offense. I watched a lot of Colts this year. I love the way they run their offense. Now, it isn't perfect. It could be better. It's not the greatest offense in the league, but it's balanced, and it's the kind of offense I'll watch and I'll go, that fits Carson Wentz. Carson can run this offense. And let me tell you guys something. I truly believe this. In the bottom of my heart, I truly believe this. I really think that this hire was all about Carson Wentz. It was all about Carson Wentz. That is good, and that is also bad, okay? But I think Eagles' number one mission, fix Carson Wentz. That's what they're looking to do. Now, I think that offense that the Colts run, I think you can run it with a guy like Jalen Hurts. I think both quarterbacks can run this kind of offense. It's going to be more balanced. We're going to see more running backs. It's going to be nice. It's going to be. They like the tight end. They use the tight end a lot. They run a lot more, and I like it. I love it. It's going to be like more like the 2017 offense than we've had the last few years, and that's where Carson was successful. And I think this is really one of the main reasons they hired him. And though that's true, and it's not a bad thing, it also isn't a great thing, because I do think it's a mistake that if the Eagles are saying, we're clearly hiring him because of Carson Wentz, number one priority, that's why we're hiring him. That's a little dangerous, because it takes a whole team to win in football. You need a whole team to, and the whole team has to get behind it. It should be about, hey, one of our priorities is to fix Carson Wentz and to make Jalen Hurts a really good quarterback, and also to build this team and build a defense, build an offense. We have no idea who his offensive coordinator is going to be, who his defensive coordinator is going to be at the time of me making this. I will say this, though. I think if it's me, I would look at, and I hope that Sirianni, I hope that he has control of his staff. I hope he has control of his roster. That's the other thing now I'm very concerned about, that the Eagles hired him because he'll be a yes man. I don't know if he will or not. I'm hoping he won't. But I think with Sirianni, I think that the Eagles, they got to build a whole team. And when they go out and they get an offensive coordinator, especially, when you get an offensive coordinator, get somebody with experience. Get somebody who maybe even was a head coach, like a Jim Caldwell or somebody like. Get somebody with experience who's been around, who can help a first-year coach. That's how I would do it. That's how I think I would do it. But who knows? Who knows? Oh, look at that. The lady's dog just walked by, but somebody was walking her dog. She's not there. Where the hell is she? Who the hell is that? Some woman with a flip-flop is walking her dog. Don't know. I haven't seen the lady that has her dog piss and poop on everybody's yard, rating everybody up. I haven't seen her. But her dog just walked by. Somebody's walking. I don't know where she is. Who the hell knows? Maybe she got arrested in the riots in Washington. Who the hell knows? You know what I mean? Although I don't think she would go out of the house not without like 10 face masks. But in all seriousness, I think you got to get a good offensive coordinator, and I think somebody with experience. I mean, look what the Giants did last year with Joe Judge. First of all, go back and watch my videos last year. I said Joe Judge, best hire in the NFC East. I don't care for the retreads. I mean, you got Mark Holmes, Michael Anthony. Where's the fitness? You got these guys talking about they got a Hall of Fame coach, Mike McCarthy, last year. He's a Hall of Fame coach, great coach, we're set now. I said, he's not a Hall of Fame. He had Aaron Rodgers. I can win one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Use peoples can win one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. He should have won more. But now they saw Mike McCarthy 1 year and they're like, oh God, it's Jason Garrett reborn. You know, I'm glad we didn't get Kellen Moore though, I gotta tell you. I think he's got the ability to be good. I just don't want anything to do with any former Cowboys. You know what I mean? I'm excited about this hire. It could have gone a lot worse. I mean, the one guy I didn't want was Adam Gase. And I only bring up his name because right after Peterson got fired, that's who they all kept talking about. Adam Gase. The Eagles loved Adam Gase. I'm like, oh no. And then we had the whole Josh McDaniels scare. Now, I don't know. He could be a great coach someday. Some people think he's going to be a phenomenal coach once he gets another shot. Others don't think he's that good. I have a problem with him because of what he did to us with the Colts, right? Where he backed out and Frank Reich left. Okay? So this is a little bit of revenge, to the Colts for taking our offensive coordinator. We're going to take your offensive coordinator. You take our offensive coordinator, we're going to take yours. Josh McDaniels, I hope he was packed, ready to go, thought he was going to sign, and then they screwed him. That's what you get. Payback's a bitch, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want Josh McDaniels. And, if you look at him in Denver and stuff, apparently, there's some personality flaws. I don't know if he gets along with everybody. And then you're going to have a guy like that with Howie Roseman. I mean, really, that just sounds like a nuclear bomb ready to go off. That's what it sounds like to me. And one thing that I am a little happy about, and I think it's been underplayed at this point, and at some point people will talk about it, but all reports were that Howie was sold on Josh McDaniels. He wanted him. People in the Eagles organization, they wanted him. After their 9-hour interview, Lurie held it up. Lurie wasn't sure. And thank God Lurie said, you know what? You may have the pictures of me like this, in some brothel somewhere in Mexico, but I don't care. I'm not giving in to you, Howie. I'm not giving. He's like, well, I've been calculating the calculations of the cornbread minus the gravitational pull of the moon and the earth, followed by this, and Josh McDaniels is the perfect guy. But he said, no, take your pictures and get the hell out. We're going to hire the Paisan. And that's what they did. So not having Josh McDaniels is perfect. Thank God. That's what I said. Some people are going to disagree with it because they like him, but I'm not sold on him. He worries me. I feel like it would be almost like another Chip Kelly, Howie Roseman situation. So I think, of course, there are guys, Eric Bieniemy, Joe Bradley. There are guys I would have chose first, but there are also guys that I didn't want. And to me, this guy was on my top 5 to 6 list after I heard that they were interested in him, and go and research him a little bit, watch him. I was watching clips of him in practice. He seems like a player's coach. He seems like he could be a good guy. The question is, can he fix Carson? I think that is the main reason the Eagles brought him in. And it's not necessarily the best reason to just bring a guy in. You got to build a whole football team. But I'll take it, bro. I got so much shit here. I wish I could turn the camera. I got boxes out the wazoo, okay? Boxes all over the place. I'm probably moving in March. This looks like March or April. So I've already started stacking boxes. I'm already packing, When I go to this place, I'm probably gonna set up a whole new like studio type thing. I'm gonna put some work effort and buy some things and hopefully get it set up right. My thing with streaming, like live streaming Eagles games, I hate sitting down for games that matter. I hate it. I like to pace. I like to walk. I like to have my room, you know what I'm saying? So I need something where I can stand and sit at the same time. And anybody out there that knows anything about like Ecamm, knows anything about overlays, getting a scoreboard on, please reach out to me. I have no friggin' idea what the hell I'm doing. I have none. But I'm trying. And it's going to be badass when we're all done with it. No doubt about it. It's going to be fun. I'm actually going to have to take offers for naming rights so somebody can name a studio. We're going to have to take offers to have a contest. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. But a lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit. I'll tell you. Nick Sirianni. I like him. Now, look, I also want to say this because I know there's a lot of people who are upset that Deuce didn't get the job. People feel that he's getting gypped off, that he's disrespected. And I get it. And I think there's something to be said that you have multiple players on a roster, multiple people within an organization, all promoting Deuce and him not getting it. And I don't blame Deuce if he was to say, I'm going to go somewhere else. Because Deuce has been a loyal guy. And if they would have hired Deuce Staley, I'm telling you right now, I would have been perfectly okay with it. I would have because Deuce, I like Deuce. I think Deuce could be a great head coach. But I will say this. I do worry about him going from running back to offensive coordinator. Like, what's Deuce's passing concept? What does he believe in terms of passing game, things like that? That's the kind of stuff that I want to know about Deuce Staley. But Deuce deserved that. And if he would have got it, I would have been so happy for him. He was the sentimental pick. Let's face it. All of us wanted Deuce. For sentimental reasons. My first pick was still Eric Bieniemy. Some people shout out to my man Bubba. He thinks that would have been a disaster. He's intrigued by this pick, as am I. And he wanted Joe Brady, and I respect it. But hey, it is what it is. Nick Sirianni is our head coach, and I'm 110,000% behind him. I saw Jeff McClade write stuff like, a lot of people don't think highly of this guy, things like that. I don't know, Jeff McClade, I just don't think he likes Carson. But I don't know, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But, we all kind of know this is about Carson Wentz, right? And those that want to trade Carson, I think it's over. I don't think that's happening, dude. I say 90% chance Carson's here. So it's going to be Carson and Hurts. And the one thing that I don't want them to do is I don't want them to come out and announce that Carson is the starting quarterback heading into the season. I don't want that. I don't think Carson needs that. Carson is a guy that went number 2. A lot of people feel that he's coddled, treated as a star, maybe too much so where he hasn't earned it. And I think that just for the betterment of the team, for the fan base, for Carson Wentz, I think he needs to fight for his job. I want him to fight for his job. My biggest issue with Carson Wentz is that the perception is that he doesn't want to fight for it. That is my biggest issue with Carson Wentz. And maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he didn't talk, so we don't know. So let him fight with Jalen Hurts. Look, iron sharpens iron. Competition brings out the best in guys. And if Carson has to dig deep and feel that pressure, I want him to succeed. And if he can't succeed under the pressure of a competition with Jalen Hurts, then he isn't the guy. And I will tell you that. I want open competition going into preseason, play preseason, and whoever wins, wins. If Jalen Hurts beats out Carson Wentz, then it's time for Carson to go. Maybe they both do great, and Jalen still beats them out. Well, then maybe you can trade Carson in preseason, like a Sam Stinkford type of move. It's going to be interesting. But I think that pretty much this is the end of any chance that Carson's getting traded. He ain't getting traded. Now, the question is, what kind of players is Nick Sirianni going to go for? One of the things I read, I forget where I read somewhere, but they were saying the number one type player in this draft early on that would fit his offense perfectly, Devontae Smith. And I know there's a lot of people that say, well, you can't get another wide receiver in the first round. Just don't do it. And to that, I say I disagree with you 100,000, zillion, billion, quillion %. Okay? What I would do is I will get the best player on the board at 6. I don't care if he's a receiver. I don't care if he's a linebacker. Now, this is just me talking. This isn't the Eagles' philosophy. If he's an offensive lineman, defensive, whoever is the best player at the time, get him. This team lacks top-end talent. They lack top-end talent because they have failed in the draft. Let me tell you, just because Sirianni comes in, maybe he's a great coach. Maybe he's a great coach. The biggest problem on this team remains. It's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman. I swear, I hope the people who told me John Dorsey he was the one that pushed for Sirianni and decided to hire him. I hope so. I hope they quietly give GM responsibilities to Dorsey and move Howie to, salad maker for Carson Wentz, his fat ass, get him in shape, or limo driver, or secretary, or paper shredder, or vice president, or picture holder, or whatever the hell it is. I don't care. Just don't let him pick players anymore, okay? And one of the most overrated comments about Howie Roseman is that Howie Roseman is a genius when it comes to contracts. I don't see it. You can't be this many millions of dollars over the cap and call that genius. You know what I mean? That's crazy, That's like me saying, I'm a genius. I am the greatest short burst sprinter in the world because I take 50 seconds to run a 40. Something stupid like that. Or, it's just stupid. Howie has failed the Eagles in building his roster right. From contracts to draft, okay? See, when you miss on draft picks, especially second round, third round, those mid picks, when you miss on those guys, then what you have to do is you have to make up and you have to hide it by going out and signing free agents and getting guys and bringing back older guys because you have to hide the deficiencies from the draft. But that catches up to you, you see? Imagine if the Eagles, let's say 2 years ago they took DK Metcalf in the second round. Well, guess what? Chances are they're not taking Jalen Hurts in the first round, meaning they could have took a linebacker. They could have gone so many different ways. But because they failed, they had to try to make up for it. And will they do it again? I don't know. What does that say? No, I got a thing saying from the Eagles about the Eagles getting an offensive-minded coach. I knew they were going to get an offensive-minded coach. Damn, this has turned into a long video, isn't it? Turned into a long video. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun all season. Fun all season because you got the quarterback situation. You got a new coach. You got way over the cap, so there's going to be a lot of movement to get rid of certain players that have been there for a while. You got a draft where you got the 6th overall pick. I'm excited about the off season, man. We're going to be ripping and running. And of course we got the Sixers and the Flyers. We're going to start streaming those things. I'm trying to do some things with the stream right now that I'm working on, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to go on now because I want it to be good when I do. But that's me. What are you going to do? I think 2 years ago, last year, I think the Giants got the best hire in Joe Judge. And one of the things that they did really good was they brought in a Clapper. Because when you have a rookie coach like that, you should get an experienced offensive coordinator. Why not go out and get Jim Caldwell or somebody with experience, I'm excited. I think the Eagles are going to be a much more balanced team. I think Carson's going to rebound this year. I think Jalen Hurts is going to take the next step, and we're going to be in a situation where we have 2 good quarterbacks. And then at that off season, then we can look at moving one possibly. That's how I see it. But there's reason for hope. I do think Doug Peterson shouldn't have been fired, though. I will say that. I mean, you win a Super Bowl, you go to 3 straight playoff games, you have one bad year, and boom. But at the same time, if he really was adamant that Press Taylor's his offensive coordinator, he had to go. He had to go because nothing would have changed. Nothing would have changed, I'm getting dizzy. I think I've been inhaling too much of this shit. I feel good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy, damn, I'm good looking. I'm good looking. You know? I wonder what's going to happen this off season. It's going to be interesting. Could you imagine? We had Mike McCarthy or Rivera got a retread. We got a young coach. This could be great. It could be horrible. Who the hell knows? But I just blame Howie for everything. Howie and Nate Gary, because Nate Gary stinks. He stinks. He's never had the makings of a varsity athlete, and that's the truth. Nick Sirianni, he seems like a good coach from everything I'm watching. So look, my thoughts are this. I can't tell you this is the greatest move and everything's fine now, because it's not. As long as Howie's a GM, you got problems. However, I'm open to it. I know what the Eagles were trying to do in getting this guy, and I'm okay with it. So let's go out and let's do it. Let's go out. Let's rebuild this team. Let's have a really great draft, and let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. I don't know if I said it, but shout out to a Scott's Eagle fan on the cigar. I think I said it earlier in the video, but now it's getting to be too long of a video, so I can't remember what the hell I was talking about. Who the hell knows? But it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, Nick Sirianni is the head coach. This stogie is for him, and I'm very curious over the next few days to see who the offensive coordinator is. Who's the defensive coordinator going to be? Is he a yes man, or is he going to have control, some sort of control? Those are the questions that I want to know. Those are the questions we're going to have to see. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching this very long video, but it's a special day. We got a new head coach, and you got to celebrate when that happens, especially when it's not Josh McDaniels or Adam Gase. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later. And of course, don't forget Dingbat.